Hi, this is Tim Bailey with the Sierra Technical Advisory Group. I'm here with Al De La Cruz, Director of Training and Legacy Instructor with the Sierra Technical Advisory Group, also known as STAG. STAG held its first BTP class in 2019 on the River Ridge Ranch located in beautiful Springville, California. This 722-acre ranch and nature reserve is an excellent facility to host training such as this. Al, can you talk a little bit about what we're seeing right here?
The first 2.5 hours of this training program, we will gather in a classroom setting and we'll go over concepts and principles of following foot impressions. So when you give it a name, it could be
Morning session in BTP can last approximately 2 to 3 hours, followed by practical exercises. Here we see Legacy Instructor Dan Dellinges assisting Al with class instruction.
Last on point, you're already on the track. You've been following the track, and then you lose it.
Following classroom lecture, class is moved out of doors where we begin practical exercises. Al, can you talk to me a little bit about what we're seeing here?
We look for areas that we can set tracking lanes, and what the students have learned in the classroom we'll put into practice out in the field. And they'll actually be looking at one of the instructors laying a different type of track for impressions on the ground.
So these are instructors Dennis Vicencio, Dan Dellinges, of course Al De La Cruz, and myself. So the instructors have made a plan, and what they're going to be doing is raking out an area to work. I'll talk a little bit about this process.
Once we lay a certain type of track, let's say it's just somebody walking, we'll look at the stride, look at the impression on the ground. One of the instructors will clean it up, and then we'll a different type of track. Say the first one is walking, the second one could be somebody running.
This is Dennis demonstrating a rapid pace. Obviously here Dennis is laying a backwards pace. Sequence, we've got Dennis wearing 60 pounds of weight, which is going to push down into the soil, even deeper impression. Al, what's going on here?
We have a simulation of an injured person being assisted by another. So the stride is going to be likely to be shorter. There's going to be drag marks left by the injured person.
Students seen here are indicating with tracking sticks. We'll talk about that a bit later in the presentation. And students can expect approximately half-hour, 45-minute, or hour lunch based on the course. Both students and instructors break for lunch before moving to another study area. This is going to be a set of tracking lanes. In this case, we had to utilize a canopy structure based on the layout of this facility.
There's going to be one person running. So rather than start,
I'll go out here.
yeah, there you go, from beginning to end.
Okay, I'm gonna be pretty tired when I get there, so catch me when I drop.
Good job.
I'm gonna start from the other end, so my
And what's going on is Al's watching staff leaving different types of sign in these lanes. Al, talk a little bit about this.
We have some tracking lanes or tracking boxes, we call them also, that we set up where we put different type of foot impression, and then we'll bring the students in and go over what is on the ground. And the more exposure, we want to give them more exposure so they can start getting confident in their tracking skills.
And in this sequence, students arrive and begin tracking.
Because of the shading underneath the canopy, they're utilizing a light source to get a better visual of the impression on the ground.
And here's an overview shot of the course participants and staff. We may have an unprecedented scene here. These are matching Sahara beige Toyota trucks, an FJ Cruiser, and an HJ45 Land Cruiser crossing the North Fork of the Tule River. Probably unprecedented bit of YouTube biology there. Students and staff are making their way out to the tracking exercise now. This is the rabbit exercise where an instructor, acting as what we call a rabbit, leaves sign as they make their way into the backcountry, and the students follow.
We can afford rifles, we don't like states.
California.
Right?
Is this the spot? Oh, Cow Cabin. I guess X marks the spot.
It's a nice house.
Airbnb.
So I'll instructors reconvene here. What's happening here?
We're talking about how to have the rabbit go out and lay track, terrain that could readily catch track, and then challenge them a little also, and maybe go off a beaten path where the track is going to be a little bit more difficult to follow. And this is where their tracking sticks will come into play. A tracking stick is utilized to measure the size of the foot, the width of the foot, the length of the stride of the individual being followed. In the event that they may lose the track, they can find it again with the aid of the tracking stick. And for beginning trackers, it's a good aid, but after a while, those will not be necessary.
Soil conditions on this particular day, getting into mid-May, were quite dry. It was already pretty warm in the central Sierra Nevada, and students had a challenge trying to locate this particular rabbit.
You can see it blowing this way, and you can see it blowing this way.
Yes, because if you start going up and he's the tractor's not here, yeah, there's a tread there, but he's got to come back. That doesn't work out. They've got to come back to it the other way, right? So and always while you're doing stuff, you kind of want to look ahead. This is not a race.
Basically, in this preceding clip, student Gail has gotten ahead of a track or sign, and instructor Dellinges is calling her attention to perhaps some missed indicators. Upon locating the sign again, students gather around and continue the tracking exercise. Shot of one of our students motioning with the tracking stick, instructor Dellinges in the background, moving out. So BTP contains a night module. This course can be held at night, is held at night, utilizes illumination devices at different spectrum, particularly red, green, and blue, to identify sign. Al, can you talk a little bit about that?
We incorporate different colored light sources because some work better in different terrain types, soil types. And so we have the students bring a variety of different colors such as green, blue, yellow, red lighting, and we incorporate those, and we'll use them in a certain soil type and see how well one works over the other.
A little hard to see in this video, but the sign is there and students are able to identify in real time. So generally, the termination of our classes, we'll have an after-action review to go over the day's events, lessons learned, what could be done differently, what could perhaps be done better, ask for input from our students, and we give feedback to them. And of course, each class is concluded with the issuance of a certificate of completion and the much cherished STAG bumper sticker. So if you're interested in taking a course with STAG, you can look forward to the certificate and review process. We hope you'll contact us. Please look us up on the web at www.stagdefense.com. We hope to hear from you. Thank you very much.